Hey, welcome back. Let's recap what went on today, okay? Again, I'm making that meal for my wife's birthday. The pork bracioles stuffed with like an Asiago 3-meat stuffing, okay? And it was 3 pounds. I used to make the mix, I used 3 pounds of ground beef, 80-20. I use a pound of ground sausage and a pound of ground turkey, okay? I hit it up with some Italian seasoning, some sage, some garlic, okay? It's all in the video, you see it, okay? And I had 5 quarts of my sauce, defrosted, that I had frozen, okay? We cut the tenderloin, the pork loin, okay? We pounded it out into cutlets, we put the stuffing in the cutlets, we tied the cutlets up, we browned them, put them in the tray, put the sauce on top of them. I made lentils for the farfalle tomorrow that I'm going to make, right? I made the Asiago cream sauce, which I gotta tell you is absolutely delicious. I could just put a spoon in that and keep eating it, okay? So we got this all set up, and this is for tomorrow, okay? So this big pot of this meal is done. It's done, okay? This tray is going to go in the oven tomorrow for 2 hours. I just stick it in, take it out, okay? Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the lentils in a pan with a little olive oil and a little bit of garlic and maybe some shredded carrot. Okay, I'm going to mix that in with the farfalle. Okay, and I'm going to have leftover lentils, so that's going to go for something else. Okay, so we're going to make something else out of the lentils, like I always do. You know me, right? And then I'm going to take all the sauce that's left in the pan and mix it in the pasta. Put the pasta in the middle of the plate. Let me get a plate to show you. I'm going to put the pasta in the middle of the plate here, and I'm going to put the 3 bracioles on the sides here, okay, as the meal. And then I'm going to use the Asiago sauce and ladle it on top of that, okay? That's coming next, okay? That's next, all right? So now I want to show you this. See all my stuffing that I have left over? This is all meat, right? This is all meat. I'm going to mix it with a cup of breadcrumb. Right in the container here. I'm going to mix this up. This is some episode, man. If you don't learn anything from this, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, we're going to mix that up. We're going to take a half a cup of ketchup. Remember, this is that Asiago mix, right? A half a cup of ketchup. Okay. I'm going to mix that up. And I'm going to turn this into Asiago meatballs. And I'm going to cook them and I'm going to freeze them. I'll show you that when I cook them. I'm going to cook them, I'm going to freeze them. And whenever I want to make a meatball hoagie or serve meatballs with a side of pasta, I got them made already. Easy, convenient dinner when I'm busy and on the run. Okay? I was going to turn it into a meatloaf, but my family said, no, make the meatballs, because they like to have the hoagies when we sauce them and cheese them and everything. Okay? So tomorrow, which will be just in a second when I come back to this, but it will be tomorrow, I'm going to put all of this other stuff together. See you tomorrow, man. And I'm in between this episode right now, And I just want to say, hey, you know what? This is an intense episode. You know, there was a lot of detail in this. It's something that you could really learn how to make something really good, you know, and set it up the day before, make it restaurant style, and I'm here all by myself right now, you know, and tomorrow when I have all my company, all of this work's going to be done. All my stuff's going to be done. This is like restaurant style, okay? And what I want to say is, hey, you know what? It's a lot of work. It was a lot of stuff to do. Look at all of these dishes here. See this here? This is round 2. This is round 2 from this episode. Okay, so I wash all of these dishes. I clean all of the counters. I clean my stove. I clean my cutting board. I clean the sink. And not only that, it takes me twice as long to make an episode when I'm making it for the camera than when I'm making it just for my family. Okay, because I'm trying to teach you guys something. And you know, I would just appreciate it that if you do watch this and you like it, please leave a comment. Please give me a like on my Facebook page. Okay? Link up with my YouTube page. You know, if you do with my YouTube channel, you'll get to see all of my daughter's races this cross-country season also, because I make them and I send the links and the guy puts them on for the school. I'm the videographer for her team. Okay? And please, you know, tell your friends and give me a like on Facebook. Okay, hey, welcome back to Dad Can Cook. This is day 2 of Jen's birthday party dinner, right? Remember yesterday all the stuff we did, I just recapped it. But now this is day 2, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make this a total stress-free dinner party. Okay? I just made prosciutto and melon with some blueberries and strawberries. Right? And I got them wrapped up and I have them in the refrigerator. And I'm going to put that video out as a quickie so you could see that. Okay? But remember, we did this yesterday. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tent this right now. I got my oven preheated at 295. I'm going to take out 2 of the same size pieces of foil. Right? I'm going to put them together like so. Wow, that just ripped. Okay. Let's get it like this. I'm going to crumble it up to get this to hold. Okay. I'm going to put it over the pan. I don't want to touch in I don't want to touch in the sauce and stuff. I want it above it. I don't want to lay in on it. Okay, I'm going to crumble it all around. Okay. See that? I got a little rip on the top. I'll just stick that over it. Pull it up so it's not touching, see? Okay. Crumble that on there like that, right? Let some steam come out of that. Okay, and now I'm going to put it in the middle shelf of my oven. I'm going to set my timer for 2 hours. 2 hours, I'm going to start it. Okay? I set my timer for 2 hours, and I started it. In the meantime, I got a pot of water boiling for my pasta. Now let me explain what I'm going to do here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take another pan, right? When the bracioles are cooked, I'm going to put them in another pan with some sauce. I'm going to take my cooked pasta and my lentils, I'm going to mix them together, and I'm going to mix it with this sauce that's left over in the pan, and a half an hour before we're going to eat, I'm going to stick that in the oven and let that bake. So I'm not tossing all kinds of stuff in the pan. All I'm going to do is pull these out and serve it. Now when I have these other ones in there, about 8 minutes before we're going to eat, I'm going to stick these in to get heated up again, and I'll explain that all. I'm making this very kind of like restaurant style, the way the bracioles are cooked, okay? And the sauce, if you here are my lentils. I'm not going to use all of them. Here's the Asiago cheese sauce, and I want to show you something what I'm going to do with this. Okay? Right here, I got 2 pots. I'm going to take a piece of foil. Okay, I'm going to crumble it up. I'm going to stick it in this pot here. I'm going to come over to the sink here, and I'm going to put water in it. About halfway. Like so. See that? Like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the other pot down on the foil. Whoops. Got a little water came out. I'm going to push that down there like so, like that, right? So this is kind of like sitting in a double boiler now. Now I'm going to take a spatula and I'm going to take all my sauce out. Okay, this is the Asiago cheese sauce that we made yesterday, right? I want to get it all out. Okay, got all of the sauce there. Okay, now I'm going to leave this on the stove in the back here. It's sitting in there like it's in a double boiler. I'm going to bring that up to temperature and then turn it down to a simmer. And then the sauce is going to get nice and it's going to be able to stay there without burning. And that's key. It's not going to stick, it's not going to burn, and it's going to be like a sauce you would get in a restaurant. Okay? So now I got my water boiling here for my pasta. And I'm using a Braciole farfalle. Okay? And I'm probably going to go 1.5 boxes for 7 people. Okay, I'm going to go 1.5 boxes on that. Let me get my wooden spoon here. I'm going to give that a stir. Salt the water. Okay, I'm going to put my lid on halfway till it starts to boil again. And as soon as it comes to a boil and starts to cook, we'll be back to strain it and I'll show you from there. Okay, this has been going on for about 4 minutes now. And probably this is going to take 11 minutes, stirring like every couple of minutes. Come over and give it a stir. Okay? I'll show you when it's done. Okay, got the pasta going here and it's been going for about 9 minutes now. Okay, and it's just about al dente. The way I want it, because it's going to bake in the oven for 20 minutes to a half an hour. Okay, so I'm going to pull it off and put it in the strainer. Okay. Where's my spoon? I'm going to get my spoon here, and I'm going to get them all out. Okay, and right away, I'm going to put water and soap in my pot so I can clean this easy. Okay? I'm going to stick that on the fire turned off to get nice and hot. It'll pick up all of the pasta that might be stuck to the bottom, which is just a very little bit. Okay, so now I got this here. Let me show you. Now I got my pasta in the sink here, right? I'm going to strain it out. Okay? I'm actually going to cool it down because I'm not going to serve it till later. So I'm going to run some cold water on it. Okay? And it's hot in there. So I'm going to let this cool down a bit to prevent the carryover cooking. Okay? Okay, now, these are kind of al dente, but they're going to keep cooking a little bit, and then they're going to cook in the oven. So that's kind of like what we want, right? Okay, now I'm going to let that strain a bit. I'm going to pull out a bowl, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, okay? Okay, so now, I got it drained out, right? Just a couple of drips are coming off of that, and a little bit of pasta water is okay in this, right? So we're going to put that in there in the bowl. I got my lentils, right? So we're going to take the lentils, and I'm probably going to use about half of these. Now a pound of lentils makes a lot. Okay, now I'm going to mix this up. Okay, get this in here nice and mixed. Okay, and then I'm going to hit it with a little bit of olive oil. Okay, keep it from sticking together. And I'm going to stick this back in the fridge. Okay? Now pretty much my pasta is done. What I'm going to do with that pasta now, like I said, when the bracioles come out of the oven, I'm going to take them out individually, put them in this pan. Okay? Now, if this was a restaurant, I would just leave them in that sauce, and this pasta would be tossed in a pan per order. But I don't have time to do that, because what I want to do is I want to put it out at the same time. So if I had to toss 2 pastas at a time and plate them, it'll be a little bit difficult, you know, to get it out where the food will all be hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this like I'm going to bake it. I'm going to put it in this. I'm going to mix it with the sauce, and then I'm going to top it with the Asiago cheese sauce on everything when it comes out, and you'll see the plating. Okay, so I'll be back when I pull. I'm going to put this in the fridge, the pasta in the fridge. I'm going to be back when I pull the bracioles out of the oven. I'll see you in a few. Hey everybody, I'm back. I just went for a swim. My alarm went off after the 2 hours, my timer, and I just pulled it out of the oven, okay? And I took the top off, and, well, I guess not to my surprise, but I have some grease that's floating on the top, okay? So I am going to skim all of that off. Okay, I don't want to disturb it. I'm going to skim it all off. This is going to take a couple of minutes, okay, but I'm going to skim this fat off. Okay, if I take some of the sauce off with it, so be it, but I don't want to have any of the fat. Okay. So these are looking really nice and tender. This sauce is nice up over here, beautiful over here, beautiful here. Just on this end here, I have some grease. Okay, so I'm going to take this off, and when I'm done, I'll be back to show you what I'm going to do. Okay, it wasn't that bad. Okay, I just got a little bit off of the top there. I just didn't want it to be greasy. Okay, and look here, I'm going to spoon these out with some sauce. Okay, and that's in order. 3 of those is going to be in order. Okay, so that's going to be pretty nice with the pasta. And remember, they're stuffed, right? Okay, so I'm going to take all of these out. Okay. I want the sauce to be in there because I don't want them to dry out when I put them back in the oven either, right? And I got plenty of sauce here. I had 5 quarts of sauce. So this is just like you were here. We're doing this just like you were here in the cooking class. Okay. Oh, that sauce is so delicious. It's so good. I got 2 pieces left I gotta put in here. Fit in this pan. Let's get them in there. Okay. Put a little sauce on top of them. Okay, beautiful, right? That is absolutely beautiful. Now, see all of this sauce I have left here? Okay, let me move this out of the way. I'm going to put a cover on that, and that's just going to stay out right now and go in the oven 20 minutes or so, 15 minutes or so before I'm going to, not even 15 minutes, just to get them up to heat again. Okay? So now, what I'm going to do, what happened to my bowl? You put my bowl away. Okay. Alright, we'll use this. Okay, now we're going to come back to here. Remember the farfalle with the lentils? Now I don't want this swimming in sauce, right? Oh, that is so good. Alright, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I got the pan that I'm going to serve it in. And I got a ladle. Here, right? And what I'm going to do, let me move this out of the way. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm saucing the bottom of this pan pretty good because I don't want it to stick when it's baking in the oven. Okay, so I'm going to put sauce on the bottom of this pan here, like so. Okay, this sauce is hot. Now, let me just move this over here. Okay, here we go now, right? Now, all bits of meat and everything are in this sauce from the cooking of the braciole, the pork bracioles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to that pan is hot, hot stuff. Okay, and I'm going to put the sauce on it like that. And I'm going to mix it around. Okay, put some more sauce on it. And mix it around. Okay, now if I was doing this to order, I would take the portion of sauce and pasta that I was going to use and I would just toss it in a pan. But I don't want to do that 7 times. Okay? So what I'm doing is I'm putting the sauce on it. There's my ladle. I'm putting the sauce on it here. All of this nice sauce. Like so. Now, like I said, I don't want this floating in sauce, and I don't want it real wet with sauce because it's going to be topped with the Asiago cheese sauce. Okay. See how that is. Okay. Now that's nice. Okay. It's wet, but it's not sopping and soaking in it. Okay. Now, I'm going to take my serving pan, the one I'm going to serve it in, right? And I want to get this so you can see it. I'm going to put it all in there. Okay. Like so. Now there's definitely going to be leftovers of this, for sure. Okay. Now I got the sauce on the bottom, remember that. Okay. Now this is all set. So now all I have to do is before service is heat up my sauce in the back here, my Asiago cream sauce, stick this in the oven to bake for about 15 minutes, and stick the brochettes, the bracioles in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes, okay? And I'm just going to cover them up, and then I'm going to put them in the oven when I'm going to serve them, and I'll come back when I do that. Hey, welcome back to The Dad Can Cook. Okay, we're getting close to put this food on, to heat it up, and then to plate it. But I'm making some cocktails for the birthday, and we're having a little champagne, okay? Got some fresh sliced peaches in it. It's just regular champagne. I mean regular peaches. There's nothing in a special drink. It's just a standard Cook's champagne. I'm going to put a little cranberry juice in this. Okay, whoa, look at that, that spilled over. Well, that's Jen, so it's okay. Okay, it's bubbling over there. Okay. I don't put the cranberry in mine, so this one on the end here is mine. Okay. So you fill them about 3/4 of the way. The cranberry juice there, can you get that for me, Jen? Okay. Okay, we're just doing this. Then I got a little lotion spray. And top them off. And you know what? Fresh peaches are really strong right now, but I don't feel like making peach puree today to make a Bellini. We're just having this.
Yeah, that's
Okay?
okay.
And in a couple of minutes, this food is going in the oven, and then we're going to be back to plate it. And I'll show you when I put it in, and I'll show you. Okay, listen, I got my sauce, the Asiago cheese sauce, being brought up to temperature here. Okay? Okay? It's going to be nice and hot and ready to go when we're going to do it. Alright? Now I'm going in the oven. Woo! Little hot. Okay, with my Braciole from middle shelf. And my pasta. The farfalle with the lentils. The farfalle with the lentils, okay? Alright, now I got some bread here. I got some tiny bread wrapped in foil that I'm going to stick on the top shelf, and some sliced pita bread on the top shelf. And I made a tapenade that they're going to dip into. So we're going to have a tapenade also, and I've done that before, so you can always go back and check. And remember, Dad Can Cook Facebook, and you can scroll down and see all my series from season 1, okay? And Scott the GRILLMAN GRIPPO Chef on my YouTube channel. You can scroll down and see all of that. Plus you can also see the races of my daughter's cross-country races. Okay, so when that comes out, we're going to plate it, and we'll see you in a few. Okay, now we're going to plate this, alright? And the great thing about what I did here is that we're on our 6th bottle of champagne. So I'm feeling good. and we're gonna make this. And I'm gonna take all this stuff out of the oven, but first I just want to show you the sauce. Okay? Where's my hand? There we go. Right here, right? We made this sauce. I got it in the double boiler that we set up. I'm turning it off now because it's real hot. And look, I'm gonna show you. Remember what we said about the coating? When you run your finger across, right? That's the sauce that I want. Okay, so that's good. So I'm gonna pull that out of that hot because it's really good, and I'm gonna stick it over here. Okay? I'm gonna take my strainer and I'm gonna put a ladle in it. Okay, let me back this off. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull this out of the oven. I got my bread in the oven. I got all this stuff in the oven. Everybody's complimenting me on the smell, that it smells delicious. Well, I hope it tastes delicious, okay? Ah, this is all coming out of the oven right now. Okay, it's all coming up on top. And the beauty, I gotta tell you, the beauty is that I have no pressure putting this out. This is all hot. I'm gonna put it all out. I'm gonna get 7 meals out of here instantaneously. Okay, so I'm gonna go down to this table and I'm gonna plate it, and I'm gonna start to show you what I'm gonna do. I'm probably only gonna do 3 plates for you, and then we're gonna end this video. Okay? So here we go. We're going down here. Okay? Gonna pull got my tongs. Got this hot pasta. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my plate there. I'm going to take this pasta and I'm going to put it in the middle. Okay? About that much worth. Then I'm going to take 3 of these bad boys, like so, and put them there. Okay? Then I'm going to put a little bit of sauce on them from here. Okay? But what I'm going to do, this is right here. With the Asiago cheese sauce. Okay? That's 1. Okay? Now we're going to go 2. 1, 2, 3. Right there. Okay? I'm going to take my pasta, drop it in the middle. Okay? I'm going to take the sauce out of the pan, put a little on these. Okay? And then we're going to go with the Asiago cheese sauce. See that? You can start bringing these out if you want.
Who's this?
Anybody. Okay? One more. One more. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Okay? Then the pasta. And then the Asiago cheese sauce.
No. Just get it right in.
Because they're warm.
No.
See that? Let me just go one more for you. Just one more. Because I'm having so much fun doing this. Okay? See that? Beautiful, isn't it? Okay, and then the sauce. A little bit on the pasta. There you go. Okay?
Do you put top in that one?
Oh, I gotta make it.
There's some extra in here. That's what I was showing you before.
Yeah, that's what I need. I'm gonna make that. I gotta put it out on.
Here, this too.
Just put it out for me. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. How delicious is that, huh? Okay. That's it.
One more.
Thanks. I hope you're going to enjoy this.